A ransomware attack has disabled Texas courts' websites and services.
In Privacy Watch now, government computers in 22 Texas towns are being held hostage by ransomware.
Ransomware is exactly what it says. Of course, you've heard of adware, malware, spyware, where somebody infects your computer or any of your electronic equipment. Ransomware simply means that if you want access back to your data, you have to pay a ransom. Just like when they used to kidnap somebody in the movies, they may or may not get the person back. And if you don't pay the ransom, you don't have access to your computers.
Yeah, and how bad it is in reality throughout the United States and possibly other countries?
Well, it's really escalated the last 3 years. The first attack was back in 1989 with floppy disk, Ernesto. Somebody created 20,000 floppy disks, mailed them out, and they infected the HIV/AIDS researchers. It was horrible that they go after those kind of entities that are trying to do good, but they shut down the research. And now it's not floppy disk.
So how does it happen now?
It's an email attachment. It's something that comes in Messenger. It's a pop-up that comes in. It's just clicking on the wrong tag, and it could be in Slack. It could be in Dropbox. It could be a hyperlink of a document that a coworker shared with another coworker. But we're clicking on wrong things that allow the crooks to get into our network.
So who are the crooks actually targeting? I mean, they must have a target specific in mind.
Well, they're going after nobody's immune, number one. But I get this question a lot, and I think the best way to answer it is they're going after the medical community. They're going after the educational community. They're going after social workers type of community, and they're going after the small to medium-sized businesses. And here's why. They're pro-social orientated type businesses. They believe in a benevolent society. They want to heal. They want to teach. They want to help with social work. And so therefore, those people are more likely to fall for the social engineering aspects of ransomware, which is the art of deception to manipulate somebody to give up information they normally wouldn't give up. But because they live in this benevolent world, they're at a higher risk. And then the small business, they just don't have the resources to fight against it.
This is super scary. So if you're in any of those social businesses, I think it's very important that you subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can keep aware all the time of what's going on. And Frank, possibly it's a good idea if you actually share with everybody which is in this kind of business how we can help them and at what price.
Well, and that's what's interesting, because Ernesto, if they just contact us with the information below, reach out to us. 95% of my clients that I help around the world, I don't charge them, and none of us do, for helping them to build a culture of awareness, to help them and their staff understand it. For instance, I just got across my desk this morning, 4 ISDs in Texas hit with ransomware, 4 ISDs. One of them was an ISD called Athens. It only cost them $50,000. Now, this is all in the last 6 months. But then we had Nacogdoches, which is 10 miles from there, $200,000 to get their computers back. Then Sheldon ISD, right down here in Houston, last week, $350,000 to get their stuff back. And then the big one was one up in Austin, Texas, Mana ISD. $2.3 million, Ernesto.
Wow.
Small business can't afford to pay that kind of money. Yeah. You have to be able to be aware of how it's happening and take the steps to train your employees. And again, we can come in and do a virtual or a live lunch and learn, cyber awareness training to help them deter, to help them detect, and help them defend.